What's going on, everybody? Welcome in the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. We have some breaking news for you guys. The Vikings have just signed a brand new kicker. He's actually a familiar face, John Parker Romo. Now, he was with the Vikings during the offseason. He was in that quarterback battle with Will Reichard, but we also do have some disappointing news on Will Reichard. It's not looking like he is just going to miss one game here. He is going to miss at least 4 games as he is officially heading to IR as well. Will Reichard, he was on the year 14 of 14 heading into the Colts game. Then he did miss one from 53 yards, 31 yards, but also special teams coordinator for the Vikings actually said his injury had no impact on it. He actually hurt his right leg during one of the extra points, and he was just dealing with it at halftime. But if you guys remember during that Colts game, we saw Reichard with kind of a heat pad around his right thigh. And he was clearly hobbled up every single kickoff he was attempting in that game. He came off limping. So I expected him to at least miss, one game here. But him going on IR, he's going to miss at least 4. And, I'll make a quick point here. The Vikings kicking curse, right as we thought we had it broken, the Blair Walshes, the Greg Josephs, and, all of these just, kickers who have absolutely, gone to shambles here in Minnesota. I thought we finally had the guy in Will Reichard, and he was great so far this season, but he is heading to IR. So let me ask you guys this. Then we'll dive into more also around the NFC North as Preston Smith left the Green Bay Packers today. The Detroit Lions also traded for Zydus Smith. So the Smith brothers, actually funny enough, both got dealt during the NFL trade deadline. So we'll be breaking that down as well. What does that mean for the Minnesota Vikings? And, could we see a move come in here for the last hour? But I'll ask you guys this. Are you worried about Will Reichard's injury? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down below in the comments section. You guys let me know your thoughts on if this injury to the Vikings kicker worries you guys. So I do want to get you guys some stats on John Parker Romo. So he started off his collegiate football at Central Arkansas, where he did not attempt any kicks. Then he transferred to Tulsa, and he only attempted 5 kicks there. Went to Virginia Tech in 2020 and 2019. Didn't get on the playing field at all in those seasons. And in 2021 at VTech, he was 18 of 22, 81.8 kicking percentage. And in that year, he was 2 of 3 from 50+, 5 of 6 from 40 to 49, 6 of 7 from 30 to 39. And then also 20 to 29, he was 4 of 5. But most recently, right here, this guy, John Parker Romo, was in the XFL playing in San Antonio. And that year, he had an 89.5 kicking percentage where he was 17 of 19. He was 6 of 6 from 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 2 of 3, 40 to 49, 7 of 7, 50+. He was 2 of 3, and he had a long, actually, of 57 there. So, John Parker Romo, no experience kicking in an NFL regular season game, but he's got a lot of experience kicking in college and the XFL. Actually, Lions kicker Bates, he was in the XFL as well. So we have seen a couple of these guys make the jump to the league and be, pretty successful here. But, I still think when Will Reichard returns to injury, this is still his job. But, definitely a concern for me. I'm not going to totally freak out about it, as I don't think this is like, a season-ending move. The Vikings kicker just got hurt. It is unfortunate, though. I mean, Will Reichard this year, 87.5 field goal percentage. He was perfect on extra points, which is obviously always something you appreciate. But in total, John Parker Romo, his college stats, he made 49 extra points. He was 27, I believe, of, see the total here, 27, I believe, of 28 total, or 20 of 28 total in his collegiate kicking career. So I thought this was an okay move for the Vikings, but definitely a little concerning. Now, I do want to quickly show you guys the first trade we saw go down earlier today, and it was with our division rival, the Detroit Lions. They picked up Zydus Smith for a 5th and 6th round pick. They also got a 7th in this one. Quick thoughts on this trade. Florio reported this a couple days ago that the Lions were in active trade talks with the Cleveland Browns for Smith. But, Zydus Smith, he doesn't really move a needle for me. We have definitely seen him take a step back over the last couple of years. He is terrible against the run. Yes, he is a good pass rusher on just strictly pass rush down. So if it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, he can still be very effective. But I'll tell you this, if the Vikings are playing the Lions NFC Championship game or Week 18, whatever it may be, and you see Zydus Smith lined up on the line of scrimmage, I am running at him all game long. No doubt about it. Like, he is not the same guy in the run game that he once was. He is still pretty skilled at getting to the quarterback, but this was a bit of a shocking move. And then also another divisional trade for the Vikes, or not for the Vikes, but that kind of impacts the Vikings. The Bears did send Khalil Herbert to the Cincinnati Bengals for a 7th-round pick. So the last 2 losses, the Bears are just trying to get some more draft capital in return heading into the rest of the season. But if you guys could also make sure you guys are subscribed here to the channel. We're going to keep you guys posted with nonstop Vikings coverage. So right there, that's a link to it. Go down there. It's a free, easy way to help support the show and help support this channel. So hit that subscribe button. We will keep you up to date, even if it's a kicker getting signed with the Minnesota Vikings. I'll have a video for you guys ASAP, getting you guys everything you need to know around that front. Now, coming up in a second, we also had the Packers. They traded away one of their edge rushers, Preston Smith. So we'll get you guys the information that you need to know on that, and then also talk about, some other trades that have gone down in the NFC early on today. But before I do so, I want to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is Game Time. If you guys download the Game Time app today, plug in promo code ChatSports, you guys will get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Now, Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Now, my favorite feature of the Game Time app is actually the views from your seat feature, which allows you to get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you even buy. And then also Game Time ticket coverage. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So if you guys haven't already, check out Game Time. Download the app today. Get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. $20 off, though, if you guys plug in promo code CHATSPORTS. You guys will get $20 off. But shout out to Game Time for sponsoring today's show. What time is it? It is game time. So let's talk about it. The Packers, they made a little bit of a shocking move today. They are trading Preston Smith to the Pittsburgh Steelers for only a 2025 7th-round pick. Now, Preston Smith, very similar to Zydus. He wasn't the same guy that he once was, but he definitely still played a key part in this Packers defense. And with them, struggling against the Lions last week, this was a bit of a shocker. But, I honestly don't see this from the Packers' perspective, especially since you're only getting a 7th in return. Maybe if you're getting a 5th or something. But, maybe the Packers could use this to trade up in next year's draft, whatever it may be, to get a prospect that they really, really like. But man, definitely an interesting move. Now, this was a move that, doesn't necessarily impact the Vikings a whole lot, but an NFC contender, the Washington Commanders are trading for Marshon Latimore. Now, this was a guy that I really wanted the Vikings to get, mainly because his base salary for this year was literally only $650,000, so he would have fit under this year's cap. The next 2 years, it would have been just 18, and he is still playing at a very, very high level. But also, we got a report earlier that the Saints, they wanted 2025 draft capital, so that didn't really make too much sense with the Minnesota Vikings, considering they only have, technically a 1st and a 5th and a 7th for next season. They should get a conditional 3rd for what went down this past free agency, but obviously you can't make those moves right now. So that was a bit of a shocker. Some other moves that went down in the NFL today, the Cowboys received Jonathan Mingo for a 4th-round pick. Not too sure what's going down in Dallas over there, especially, after Prescott just went to IR earlier on this morning. That was a bit of a shocker. But then also Mike Williams, he ended up going to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a 5th-round pick. A little bit of an overpay for a receiver who, in my opinion, doesn't have too much left in the tank here. But, the big news of the day for the Vikes, Will Reichard, he is heading to IR. And then right here, John Parker Romo, the Vikings are signing him, and he will be your field goal kicker this upcoming Sunday. So, again, I'm not too worried about this Will Reichard injury, but we'll see. But we'll close off today's show asking you guys this. Confidence level in the Vikings for the rest of the season. Scale it for me, 1 to 10 down below in the comment section. I was saying during our live trade deadline coverage that I really do believe the Vikings are the second best team in the league, NFC still. So I'll probably give them about an 8.5 right now. I'll give the Vikes an 8.5 for the rest of the season, but you guys let me know. If you guys want to give me a follow on Twitter as well, I'm actually only 2 followers away from 1,000. So if you guys want to be that 1,000th follower, hit me up over there. Handle is @PatSieps. And we'll see you guys next time. As always, SKOL Vikes, baby.